This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We will get to the latest on the French fire burning in the Kern River Valley in just a moment. But we begin with breaking news out of Afghanistan. 2 deadly explosions have rocked the area outside Kabul airport today. And the Pentagon says a number of U.S. service members were killed in the explosions. The exact number of dead and injured was not immediately confirmed. The bombings throw evacuation efforts from the airport into more turmoil. And there is a presser going on live. We are going to take it and hear what they have to say.
As you know, 2 suicide bombers assessed to have been ISIS fighters detonated in the vicinity of the Abbey Gate at Hamad Karzai International Airport and in the vicinity of the Baron Hotel, which is immediately adjacent. The attack on the Abbey Gate was followed by a number of ISIS gunmen who opened fire on civilians and military forces. At this time, we know that 12 U.S. service members have been killed in the attack, and 15 more service members have been injured. A number of Afghan civilians were also killed and injured in the attack. We are treating some of them aboard H-Kaya. Many other Afghan civilians have been taken out to hospitals in town. We're still working to calculate the total losses. We just don't know what that is right now. Their loss weighs heavily on us all, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through my prepared remarks.
We have since learned that 12 U.S. service members were killed in those deadly explosions. 15 other U.S. service members have since been injured. And we also learned from this update that roughly 1,000 American citizens are still in Afghanistan, and they are figuring out how to get them out. And we will continue streaming this on our website, kget.com. Now to the French fire burning in the Kern River Valley right now. It's been a week since the French fire exploded, eventually burning thousands of acres and forcing many out of their homes. 17's Christian Galeno joins us live from Wofford Heights with the latest on the French fire. Christian.
Nicole, good afternoon. That's right. Well, the French fire has burned over 22,000 acres and it's still at 19% containment. One of the biggest developments that happened overnight was that it is now suspected that the fire was actually started by a person. It's not suspected that it started by natural sources, meaning that it did not start by lightning or even any other natural source. Now, we are seeing right now that there is still really bad air quality here. There is still a lot of smoke in this area as well. There are a lot of fire crews standing around keeping an eye on the area, making sure that they can contain any open flames, any smoldering that's going on in these wooded areas as well. Evacuation orders are also still in place for Wofford Heights, and many residents here were forced to take quick action and flee to safety. And then also, as of last night, Kernville is also under an evacuation warning as the fire continues to travel to the northeast. Now, you can find information on shelters as well as what you need to bring to those shelters and where they're located by going to our website, kget.com.
Welcome back now to coronavirus in Kern County, with Public Health reporting nearly 500 new cases today and 1 new death. We've now lost 1,453 people to the virus since March of 2020. 248 people are hospitalized with more severe symptoms. 43 are in the ICU. Meantime, Kern County vaccination rates are among the lowest in the state, and COVID units throughout the county are filling up. The vast majority of COVID patients in Kern County and the sickest of them are unvaccinated. The percentages go down over the course of a few days, but both the Adventist and Dignity hospitals last week saw unvaccinated patients represent 93% of hospitalizations are also up with COVID patients. Dr. Jonathan Dario is medical chair at Adventist Health Bakersfield. In that role, he's seen hundreds of patients suffering from the symptoms of COVID-19. Most recover at least well enough to go home. Too many of those don't. Dr. Dario says vaccinations are a personal choice, but he suggests everyone gets the shot.
Clinica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clinica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
Today might not be Sunday, but if you're hoping to get some Chick-Fil-A for lunch, well, you're still out of luck. The company says it's beginning a remodeling project. It says will help streamline service for customers and improve conditions for their employees. They're closing the Stockdale Highway location today to start the project. The company didn't provide a solid reopening date, but did say the closure would last, quote, a couple of months. And barbecue lovers will have another option in Bakersfield soon, as Pork Chop and Bubba's Barbecue Restaurant is preparing to open a second location. The new restaurant is set to open in about a month and a half at the intersection of Coffee Road and Stockdale Highway in Southwest Bakersfield. 17 News is continuing to track the situation in Kabul, Afghanistan, where at least 12 U.S. service members were killed in a suicide attack. We have more information on our website, kget.com, and our Facebook page. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.